I got a question for you. How often do you make perfect the enemy of the good? Know thyself here. Please take this opportunity to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that notification bell so you stay up to date on all of my content when I post it. So as you can see, this is a new format. I have a live cam, I have a webcam, I have a microphone. I have been building towards this for a while now. I was doing audio only for a good few months while I acquired the necessary resources in order to be able to have this setup. And this is just the step one setup in order to build to, better cameras, better microphones, better equipment, better ways to offer value. So this might even be a reintroduction for some people as to my platform. I have a little over 25 videos up now, and our audio only pieces of content up. And basically what I do is with my platform, what I intend to do is to help men to see that they can do the things that they want to do, help them in their relationships, mostly with women, and when it comes to dating, but also offer those background steps that men need. That I'm 40 years old, so I'm in a position at this age to be able to offer advice and offer my perspective, and to basically help, if I can help a man or two, a young brother to avoid a pitfall that I fell into, then I felt like I've done my job. That is the purpose and the point of this channel. It is called Know Thyself for a reason. I think that the most important thing that you could do is to know yourself. You have to get a sense of who you are. You have to build out your own mental state, your own mental faculties. You have to know what it is you want and where you're going, how to get there. But before you could do all that, you have to know who you actually are as a person. And that's extremely important, especially when you're dealing with the opposite sex. If you don't know what's going on, if you don't know who you are, if you don't have what I call the 4 pillars of a mindset that works for you, meaning you have morals, you have guiding principles, you have standards, and then you have boundaries. If you don't have these 4 things as a foundational point in which to launch from when dealing with the opposite sex, then you're going to be lost and you're going to get pulled in the direction that anybody can pull you in. You can be meet someone and they'll have their own direction, or sometimes they may even be directionless. They don't know where they're going. And if you don't know where you're going and they don't know where they're going, then you both are just going to be rudderless and stuck. And you just go with by the seat of your pants, whatever emotion pulls you, whatever spur of the moment thing happens, whoever decides to say something to you and ask you to do something, ask you to go somewhere, then that's where you're going, because you don't have a purpose and a point anyway. I think it's important that you have a purpose and a point. I think it's important that you have some guiding principles, that you know what it is you're trying to do with your life, where you're going, what are your goals, what are your plans, how do you plan on executing them, and then you move in that direction. That's important. It's also important that you don't let the perfect be the enemy of the good. And by that, I mean, just because you don't have things the way you would ideally like them to have doesn't mean you can't start. When I started this podcast about 26 or 27 episodes ago, I barely had a microphone that worked. And I didn't have a audio interface or a computer, or a computer like the one I have now. and I recorded my audio episodes. I put in the things that I could put in on them. I put in the underlying tracks, the music tracks, and I posted them. And I got them up. Because this is a long-term process. This is a long-term investment. Like all things that are worth doing in life, it is a long-term investment. You must put in the work. Nothing worth doing is not worth doing well, and it's not worth doing long enough in order to make it work. That's just the truth. So as you continue to build who you are, always remember that don't let the perfect be the enemy of the good. If it doesn't seem like it's going the way you want it to now, that's perfectly okay. Start where you are. Put in the work where you happen to be at that moment, and things will move from there. People will come into your life, situations, opportunities will always redound to those who put the work in. So don't forget to always put the work in. Study. Have a way in which you study and work on the personal development of who you are. You cannot know what it is you want to do if you're not working on who you are. You don't know who you are. You can't make a decision about what you want to do with your life if you're not working on knowing yourself. It is so important that you spend the time to get to know who you are. If someone were to call you tomorrow and say, I want you to do X, Y, and Z, I want you to come here and I want you to do this thing with me, and you don't know if that thing that they're asking you to do aligns with your purpose and where you're going, you don't have purpose, you don't have a plan, you don't know where you're going, then you'll be off in la la land. You'll be off helping them build their empire. You'll be off helping them build their wealth for their family, for their legacy. And you will just be helping them. What about you? What about your legacy? Where are you going with your life? So, as we build this platform, we'll build this, I like to say, we'll build this plane as we fly it. Man, as we're taking off, we'll build it. I'll eventually add links for Cash App. I'll add links for Venmo for those that want to donate, for those that want to, support what it is that I'm doing. The title of my page, the title of his YouTube channel is called Know Thyself, because I think that before you can get out there into the world and operate in the world, having a strong sense of who you are and where you're coming from and what your goals and responsibilities and dreams and passions are, you have to know who you are first. You can't be out there in the world trying to fumble around and you don't know where you're coming from, because then you'll just go by what anybody else says. If somebody tells you to do something, if some woman tells you she's doing this and she has a lot of emotional issues and problems and she can't seem to keep her stuff together and she's up and down, and you don't have a positive framework for who you are, then guess what you'll be doing? You'll be all over in her problems. You'll be all showing up to deal with her nonsense and her drama. And then you'll look around in 3, 5, 10 years. Have you dealt with your own? Have you gotten yourself the help that you need? Have you figured your life out for you? No, you spent all your time worried about what someone else is doing. A lot of men will distract themselves from actually working on themselves with a woman. Say that again. A lot of men will distract themselves from working on themselves with women, with one woman, with women in general. So you look around and you say, have you gone to therapy? Have you dealt with the issues that affected you in your childhood? Have you figured out what your triggers are? Do you know why you respond to things the way you respond to them? Have you worked on your vices? Have you worked on the things about you that are toxic? And like, no, you haven't worked on any of that stuff. Why? Why haven't you worked on any of that stuff? Because you have a girlfriend and you run up and behind her 24/7 dealing with her issues. You get to sit in judgment of her, but you haven't taken care of anything. Or it could be, it doesn't have to be a relationship person. It could be a family member. It could be a friend. It could be a job. Throw yourself at your job so that you can avoid dealing with your own emotional problems. And when someone comes into your life, they can tell this person does not work on themselves. This person is not aware of who they are and how their actions affect everyone around them. But you think that I don't know myself. I don't know what I like. I'm just doing what I'm doing because I think everyone else wants me to do it. Just about the worst thing you could do with your life is to move in a way in which you are doing things simply based off of what other people, which you perceive other people might want you to do. We live in an age of information now. We live in an age of therapy now. We live in an age of so many different books and podcasts and TED Talks and things that you can read, daily motivation that you can put yourself in front of, that you don't have to be led around by the nose by the world's problems and issues. Know thyself. Very important. Know thyself. Get to know who you are. Get to know who you are, and don't let the perfect be the enemy of the good. Start where you are, start working, and move forward. And always remember that you have to figure out who you are, have those tenets, have those things that you work on within yourself, and keep moving forward. And so with that being said, I want to thank you guys again for tuning in to my content. Please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you stay up to date on all of my content when I post it. I will see you guys on the next video. Take care of yourself.